Hello, welcome. I just got in my first ever Copacetic order, and I'm going to eye swatch them with you today. Because I've never ordered from them before, I just wanted to dip my toe in, so I just got a small selection of ones that I was pretty sure about wanting to try. I got Santa Baby, Eat the Rich, Transmutation, and Ball Drop. I also did get two nail polishes. I got the Santa Baby nail polish and the Winter Solstice polish. They both look really pretty, but as I said, I literally just got these in, so I haven't tried them yet. I'm considering doing a video, sorry my cat won't stop meowing. I'm considering doing a video in the new year about my recent nail polish acquisitions, some new brands I've never tried. So I have these, I have a couple from Cleona, such as the one I've been wearing on my nails, and I love it. I just ordered one from Schlee Polish that hasn't shipped yet, and I'm getting a couple from Lights Lacquer for Christmas that I would just throw in there for the heck of it. So I am considering doing that, but let me know if you're interested, and then I'll definitely do it. But yeah, either way, this is probably going to be a quick little video because there's only the 4 shades, and I'm really excited to try them out. They all look sparkly, but it's interesting, the bottom 2 look a lot more like textured, and I'm really excited about them, even though I would have thought these top 2 would be the 2 that I'd be most excited about. We're gonna start with Santa Baby. It's described as an ultra shifty multi-chrome that shifts purple, teal, blue, green, yellow, gold with a pinky base. I'm wondering also if it's going to look like Shine by SD Unexplainable, but I guess we'll find out. And I could do a swatch comparison towards the end too. Okay. It has a nice feel coming up. I definitely feel some texture, which is something that I look for. It goes on very smoothly. Huh. Okay, my first impression of this is that it's in the family of like Antares from Terra Moons, Luna Storm from Divina, but I don't know if I would like this one better than I like those other 2. Based on the claims, I'm wondering if when we do a little low light cam, if I'll see those shifts more, but straight on in the light, it just looks like a gold with pink. It looks really pretty, but it doesn't look unique. And I think those other 2 do have more of like a standout, like bright kind of formula, if you know what I mean. So yeah, my first impression is that it looks nice, but I don't think it's better than similar ones that I already have. This next one is Eat the Rich, and it's a holochrome. I don't think I've ever tried a shadow that claims to be holographic. It's described as an ultra shifty multi-chrome that shifts purple, teal, blue, green, yellow, gold with a pinky base that has been loaded with hollow powder, creating this stunning holochrome formula. It feels a little bit softer than the last one. I can see the texture on my finger, which I like. I'm not very excited about this off the bat. You know, I don't have experience with holographic shadows, but I wonder if it's that kind of thing where like, you know, like when some brands try to do multi-chromes, they just can't do the multi-chrome at the same time that they do sparkliness. And for me, sparkliness is above all else. I wonder if it's the same with holographic shadows, that it's hard to make it sparkly and holographic. Like there definitely is like the little micro sparkle in there, but I just don't think this shadow is like enough, you know? This is very interesting because if you told me I could only pick 2 to purchase, I would have gotten these 2 that are on my eyes right now. But I'm right now more excited about the next 2 because they just look so incredible in the pan. Okay, it kind of looks more of the same in the less direct light. I think I am seeing a little bit of the green coming through in here, but that doesn't really surprise me considering the other shadows that I have that it reminds me of shift green also. And this one, I'm not very excited about at all. I just think it looks kind of dull. The next one, Transmutation, looks so pretty and dynamic in the pan. It's described as a light berry base with blue, green, purple, and like periwinkle shift. Maybe they meant light periwinkle? I don't know, but I'm really excited. This one does seem to pick up a little bit chunkier, which I'm down with. Oh, that looks nice. Oh yeah, this is the one. Wow. It's definitely in a family of shades that I feel like I probably do have similar shades, but like the more the merrier. I love this. But even as I'm saying that, I don't think I have like a dupe for this. Like I would say it's in the family of like grisaille, but I don't think this looks like grisaille, you know? That is really pretty though. I love the berry base and it just looks like a cool light shimmer on top of it. It looks very sparkly, very textured, very wet. I really like this. Okay, and the final one that I have is called Ball Drop, and this is their most inexpensive formula. It's considered a flaky, and it retails for $5. I'll go over the prices that I paid and stuff in the outro section, but that is interesting to note. It's described as brown, blue, purple, shifting, flaky. I think this one I saw on Instagram, and it looked incredible, and that made me want it. And it feels just like Transmutation. I guess it looks a little bit more flaky on my finger. That looks really pretty though. Sold. Love it. It's interesting that they call this a flaky because like it doesn't even have that much fallout or anything, you know? Maybe that's just their word to mean like textured shadow. I really like that though. As someone who favors lighter shadows, but like is intrigued by deeper shadows, I love that this has like this brown berry base and light teal sparkle on top of it. It just looks like multiple eyeshadows wrapped into one. It's really pretty. I really like this. These two are both winners. I'm going to make a look now. I think I'm going to do Transmutation just because it's like Christmas Eve and I might end up just wearing this for the rest of the day. This one I feel like I'm going to wear on New Year's Eve because like it's in the name, unless I just wear it like sooner than that. I don't know. Either way though, I think I'm going to take this one off and go in with Transmutation for both eyes, and I'll be right back. This is the finished look. I love it. I feel like it's just the perfect kind of like, I want to say simple just because it's not so dramatic or deep or anything like that, but I really just think of this as like pretty makeup. It's a pretty eyeshadow and I really like it. For my crease, I just used a couple mattes from the Robin Eisenberg Urban Decay palette. My lower lash line, I used Meraki and Virago from Divina, and my inner corner, I used Pretties for Your Face, Light as a Feather. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through and do any and all swatch comparisons as I rank these at the same time. My number one favorite is Ball Drop. I'm surprised too. I didn't think that the least expensive shadow would be my favorite because my experience with indie makeup is like you get what you pay for, and there's a lot of brands that I'm only interested in their most expensive shadows. So yeah, this shadow retails for $5, but in their Black Friday sale they had 60% off standard eyeshadows, so I got it for $2. That's bonkers. I think this one is such a pretty color. I love the texture to it, and I love that it's really unique in my collection. It definitely does swatch on my hand flakier than it looked on my eye, but I think you can see that beautiful shift all the way through. I'm really excited about this. I'm really, really, really excited about this, and it makes me want to re-go through my teal eyeshadows and think about them again because I've felt like some of them are just too deep for me to enjoy, and I think this is what I've been waiting for. I really don't have comparable shadows for that one. The closest thing that I decided to pull out just so I can compare everything to at least something, I pulled out Messier from Divina, which I really do like also, but I think it's very different texturally. I guess you can see it's similar in the colors of the base and the sparkle, but it's interesting because I do consider Messier to be a very sparkly shadow, but it doesn't look quite as textured as Ball Drop does. But that's interesting. They are more similar than I would have thought. My next favorite is Transmutation, which again is the one on my eye. This one retails for $7. So again, very inexpensive. And in the sale, I got it for $4.90. Yeah, I can tell swatching it back to back with Ball Drop that it doesn't have that same flaky texture, but it is very textured, and I like that. And I did end up pulling out more comparisons for the shade than I thought I would. First, let's check out Grisaille, then Venus from Luxie, Gleam from Glaminatrix, and my beloved ACD5 from Adept. Okay, we have Cleona Grisaille, Luxie Venus, Glaminatrix Gleam, Adept ACD5, and they are all in a similar color story. You could see that Grisaille is a tad deeper. I'd say Venus is a tad lighter. Gleam is pretty similar to it, but maybe just a little bit more pigmented. ACD5 is more brownish. That's interesting. But again, my philosophy about shadows, I'm not someone who seeks out dupes. And if I know something's going to be exactly the same, I will probably stay away from it. But if it's a color that I love, I don't mind having similar colors from different brands in my collection. And because I like that tone so much, these are all different enough for me, because I really like all of these shadows. And in fact, it makes me excited to pair this one with Grisaille. Because of Grisaille's deeper base, I think it would look really pretty with Transmutation, like in the center of it. And next in my ranking are the two that I'm most disappointed by. Third place is gonna go to Santa Baby. Both this one and Eat the Rich retail for $13, and I got them on sale for $9.10. I don't think Santa Baby is a bad shadow. I just think it's a shadow that I have multiple times over in my collection in formulas that I think have more impact. So we're going to compare it to Shine by SD Unexplainable, Divina Luna Storm, Terra Moon's Antares, and Menagerie Axolotl. This isn't a shade that I love and cherish because this one, while it looks pretty, it just feels like rubbing a wet rock and I can't get past that, but we're gonna compare it anyway. Okay, Shine by SD, Unexplainable, Divina Luna Storm, Terra Moon's Antares, and Menagerie Wet Rock. And I think you can see what I mean. They're all very similar. I'd say if anything, Santa Baby looks the least shifty. I feel like it looks the most pink. Maybe this and Axolotl are kind of the most similar. I just think that Unexplainable has such a clear shift to it. Same with Luna Storm. Antares, I think of being less shifty, but it's just so pretty and sparkly. And I really think that Santa Baby is one of the weakest links here. I say one of because I'm also just not a big fan of the Menagerie one. And then finally, my least favorite, the most disappointing, Eat the Rich. I just think this shadow wasn't enough. It didn't have enough sparkle, it didn't have enough color, it didn't have enough presence. If there is that holographicness, which I also didn't see, it's not really enough to save it, in my opinion. I wonder if you have more experience with holographic shadows, how do these compare to the Touch of Glam ones? I would be curious, because this shadow, it doesn't sell me on the idea. For the sake of having comparisons, I pulled out Goody Goody Gumdrop, which is a newer one from Luxie, and this shadow I actually do quite like, and I thought it'd be an example of a light lavender that also has some like yellowness to it, but way more impact to it. And here's all of the swatches. Again, the Copacetic ones are Ball Drop, Transmutation, Santa Baby, and Eat the Rich. I hope this was fun to watch, or possibly helpful if considering making a Copacetic purchase. If you have absolute favorites from them, I would love to know, because I'm really interested now, especially in those lowest cost ones. There's a couple that I've had on my wish list from them that I wasn't sure if I would like them because of my tendency to like more expensive indie shadows, but now I'm kind of game. So yeah. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.